The movie opens in Hamburg, Germany, with Tim, Matthias Schweighofer, and Olivia, Rubio Fee, a couple whose relationship is falling apart. They live in a modest apartment in a building under renovation, overseen by their creepy landlord, Mr. Friedman. The couple's tension stems from a miscarriage they suffered some time ago, which has left deep emotional scars. Olivia, an architect, feels neglected as Tim, a video game programmer, buries himself in work to cope with their loss. She's ready to move on and plans to leave for Paris to start a new life, but Tim is hesitant, saying he's too busy. One night, frustrated and determined to end their strained relationship, Olivia packs her bags to leave. She opens the apartment door, expecting to step into the hallway, but instead finds a solid, glossy black wall made of strange, irregularly shaped bricks. The wall is cold, metallic, and seems to shimmer faintly. Confused, she calls Tim over, and they discover that every exit, doors, windows, even vents, is sealed by the same mysterious material. Their third-floor apartment is completely cut off from the outside world. Panic sets in as they realize their phones have no signal, and even their Wi-Fi is dead. Tim and Olivia try to make sense of the situation. Olivia, with her architectural knowledge, examines the wall and notes it's unlike any material she's ever seen. Neither carbon fiber nor liquid granite. The drill overheats and burns out, leaving no mark on the wall. They notice something odd. When metal objects, like a spoon, get too close to the wall, they're pulled toward it with a magnetic force and then flung back violently. This magnetic property makes the wall even more dangerous and puzzling. Desperate, they decide to break through the interior walls to reach neighboring apartments, hoping to find answers or a way out. Using the sledgehammer, they smash through to the apartment next door and meet Marvin, Frederick Lau, and Anna, Salber Lee Williams, a young couple who are also trapped. Marvin and Anna are more carefree, indulging in drugs, but they're just as confused and scared. The four agree to work together, realizing the entire building is encased in the black brick wall. They hear screams from other parts of the building, suggesting more tenants are trapped, and decide to keep moving to find others and gather resources. As they explore, the group discovers there's no running water, and their food supplies are limited. Olivia points out that the building's exterior was recently fitted with a protective film for renovations, meaning no one outside might notice their predicament. The situation grows dire. They could die of dehydration or starvation within days if they don't escape. Tim and Olivia's personal tensions bubble up, with Olivia blaming Tim for not being there for her after their miscarriage. He snaps back, saying she's pushing him away, but they're forced to set aside their argument to focus on survival. They decide to break through the floor to reach the apartments below, hoping to find a way to the basement, where Olivia recalls there might be a tunnel from World War II that could lead to the subway system. Using their tools, they smash through the floor and climb down to the lower levels, encountering more trapped tenants, including an elderly man named Oswald Axel Werner and his bright granddaughter Leah Sira Anna Fall. Oswald is frail, with a pacemaker, and Leah is protective of him, but both are eager to join the group's escape efforts. NNTHE group's descent through the building is tense. They find signs of other residents, abandoned belongings, scattered food, but no one else is immediately visible. In one apartment, they stumble upon a chilling discovery: a hidden camera inside a fire alarm. Tim, suspicious, checks other alarms and finds more cameras, realizing someone has been watching the tenants. This sparks paranoia, with Marvin joking that they're in a Squid Game scenario controlled by a rich mastermind, possibly their landlord, Mr. Friedman. Determined to confront him, they break into Friedman's apartment, only to find him dead, lying in a pool of blood with both hands severed. The sight is gruesome, and the group is horrified. The group's fear intensifies. Someone or something is behind this, and it's not a prank. Olivia suggests they keep moving toward the basement, clinging to the hope of the subway tunnel. As they break through more floors, they encounter Yuri, Murathan Muslu, a conspiracy theorist who claims the wall is a high-tech defense system, protecting them from an outside threat, like a chemical attack. Yuri says his roommate, Anton, worked for a company called Epsilon Nano Defense and was obsessed with decoding the wall before he died of a heart attack. Yuri's calm demeanor and wild theories unsettle the group, but they press on, desperate for answers. In the basement, they finally reach the tunnel entrance, only to find it blocked by the same black brick wall. Frustrated, Marvin fires a gun at the wall, but the bullets hover in the air, caught by the wall's magnetic force, then fly back, striking Oswald in the chest. He collapses, dead, leaving Leah devastated. The group is shaken, and Marvin apologizes, but the tragedy fuels their urgency. They return to Anton's apartment to search his belongings, hoping to find clues about the wall. Among his notes, they discover papers filled with symbols and numbers, including a reference to Epsilon Nanodefense and a business card for the company. Olivia notices a pattern in the notes, 4 square blocks that match the magnetic points they found earlier. They discover a hidden room filled with monitors showing live feeds from the cameras in every apartment. Cycling through the footage, they confirm the exact moment the wall appeared, sealing the building overnight. The footage also reveals a tenant named Anton, a programmer, who seemed to know something about the wall before he vanished. And back in Friedman's monitor room, they review more footage and uncover a critical clue. Anton had developed an app that emitted a specific light sequence to open the wall. In the video, he's seen using his phone to shine a pattern, causing the wall to turn liquid-like and form a portal. But before he could escape, Yuri attacked him, strangling him to death. Shocked, the group realizes Yuri has been lying. When they confront him, he's gone, and they find Leah's body. She's been killed. Enraged, Tim and Marvin search for Yuri, who reappears and attacks, but Yuri overpowers him. Marvin collapses, lifeless, Yuri believing he's dead, and the group refocuses on Anton's app. Tim, using his programming skills, reconstructs the code from the footage and Anton's notes. They test it on the wall, and the bricks begin to melt, forming a portal. Anna, eager to escape, reaches into it but screams as something pulls her arm, and the wall solidifies, slicing her in half. The group is horrified, realizing the portal is unstable and dangerous, frozen in shock as the black brick wall returns to its solid, unyielding state. Tim, Olivia, and Marvin are the only ones left, their hope dwindling as the reality of their situation sinks in. Tim, still shaken, agrees and pulls up the app he reconstructed on Anton's cracked phone. He notices that the light sequence they used was incomplete. Anton's notes mention a specific order for the 4 magnetic points, but they activated them randomly. Olivia, using her architectural intuition, suggests that the wall's technology might respond to a precise frequency or pattern, like a lock needing the right key. They decide to try again, and they head back to the monitor room to double-check the footage for any clues about the correct sequence. And in the monitor room, they rewind through hours of footage, their eyes burning from exhaustion and hunger. They spot a moment where Anton, before his death, used his phone to scan the wall, highlighting 4 specific points in a cross pattern. Tim realizes the sequence corresponds to the flashing rate of the magnetic points they found earlier. They also notice something chilling. In the background of the footage, Yuri is seen planting a device near the wall, suggesting he tampered with it. This confirms Yuri isn't just a conspiracy nut, he's involved in whatever this technology is. Before they can process this, they hear a noise from the hallway. It's Yuri, alive despite the gunshot, limping but armed with a knife, who dodges and tackles him. The two fight brutally, crashing into furniture, knocking Tim down. Olivia grabs a sledgehammer and fights back, and nearly overpowers her. With no time to waste, Tim and Olivia return to the basement. The wall begins to shimmer again, turning liquid-like, and a faint hum fills the air. They notice the black bricks are spreading, crawling along the walls like a living organism. Olivia's architect instincts kick in. She realizes the material isn't just a barrier, it's adapting, growing, and possibly sentient. As they navigate the dark, narrow passages, they find more evidence of Epsilon Nanodefense, logos etched into the walls,